And when it comes down to Stephen King, I believe you said that at one point you knew you don't wanted to have conversation with him before the movie because you don't want it to get too much influence. Is that right? Or
no, I was never wary of contacting him. Actually, he's my hero. He's a literary hero, so I would have been thrilled to do it. It was more like, you know, I was a bit like embarrassed of of talking to him and talking to him about the changes that I would do in his movie. So I'm glad that it was like that, and he respected you know, the filmmaker and didn't interfere in the production, but only because I know that he's very open to adaptations, and he has, like, you know, a history of adaptations made on his work, and he basically embraces adaptations as a different media, and he understands more than anyone that is a different animal. But again, it was like, you know, it was a thrill to adapt his work, and finally came to the point where he saw it and reacted very positively to it.
Yeah, which means a lot to you, I guess.
Yeah, well, at the end of when they told me they were sending the movie to Florida to show it to him, I wrote a letter to him saying, basically asking for forgiveness for all the,
no, really?
for all the stuff that I had changed, and he replied, "Don't worry, man, it's brilliant. I approve all the changes."
That's awesome. Yeah.
It was, yeah.
Since the kids are not only dealing with Pennywise, they also have private stuff that is bad in the family, and with Henry, of course. What was your worst high school experience? Or were you Henry?
What?
Or were you Henry?
Your work? What?
Or were you like Henry, more than Henry?
No, not at all. I wasn't Henry at all. You know, I was more like one of the losers. Yeah, bullying was probably my worst experience as a victim growing up. You know, you leave elementary school, you go into high school, which is sort of a jungle. And I remember that period, that change of period, which is, you know, it's the same basically period where of these kids, they're 13 in the adaptation. Yeah, and you're thrown into a jungle where you have to confront like monsters, like 18-year-old mean people, and nobody protects you there. It's like prison in a way. You know, and so that's a rite of passage, like going into high school, and it was geographically it was like 1 block away, elementary school and high school, but it was a big step, let me tell you.
But you never had a stone fight with them.
Stone fight, never.
Never ever.
No, but it was like verbal abuse. There was a lot of that. Yeah.
One thing I was interested in was. When you watched movies when you were a kid and you didn't know how the structure of movies work, do you look at movies when you watch movies from other people? Do you watch at movies differently now than you did years before because you know everything about first act, second act, and everything? Are you still able to see the movie and the story, or do you see the dialogues and the camera work?
It depends all the time. It depends. If it depends on the movie. Sometimes the storytelling is transparent and fluid. And in those cases, I just like go for the ride. And then there's like special movies because they're very good, or there's the mark of that was left by the filmmaker or the narrator, or sometimes they are so bad that it takes you out of the movie. There's so many things that takes you out of the movie. Sometimes because the movie is brilliant, and he's like, shit, how did he pull this off? Or he thought about that. That's brilliant. And then there's the other case, and then there's those movies in the middle where you just like go for the ride, and there's no questions made, and you just go for it.